Welcome to another The Hot Dog Juice Show. My name is Sunren, your gracious host. And today we are talking about the wonderful explosive grenade launcher named the Tonkor. As you can see, we have this wonderful weapon. And it has some lovely critical chance, has some lovely elemental damage. It has some interesting things where there's no slash, so that doesn't help the weapon very much. Although at the same point, it does very, very well in being an explosive weapon. Explosive weapons have a very huge advantage of being targeting multiple points on an enemy all at once, so kind of effectively has its own built-in extra multi-shot, if you catch my drift from that. Here we have, it's just a basic build, serration, split chamber, got a point strike on there, obviously got a vital sense and a hammer shot, and then from there your elementals. I went viral and radiation, and it seems to be doing pretty well, but like corrosive and blast also helps, but the blast is kind of always a very terrible element in my opinion. So there's some suggestions you can put in here. You can put extra critical chance but lowering the fire rate. It actually wouldn't be too bad. I've never tried it that way, but hey, you know, suggestions are suggestions and preferences are preferences. Another one, more damage, more multi-shot, more status chance because of it. Not a bad idea at all, you know, just for that little extra oomph you can use in this weapon. Another one would be like punch through, but I wouldn't suggest punch through all that much, especially with this, because I think it actually makes your projectile punch through the floor, thus not actually detonating, so that's not really a good thing. But you can try it out anyways, if you wish. Let's see here, what else is a good suggestion? Oh my goodness, Firestorm. Firestorm increases explosive radius off the Tonkor or any sort of explosive weapon, and so thus, if you can't think of anything else, it's a really good idea to use Firestorm. And you could use Hunter mutations on this weapon, but honestly I would suggest, since it's not 100% critical chance or not even close to it, I mean sure, 67 critical chance sounds great, but that's 30% off the 60, so not the best. I think probably my best recommendation would be bladed rounds, this old school mod, because I don't know, I would think that you would probably want to do a lot of aiming with this weapon like I do, but you know, who knows. But this would be a great suggestion in this sort of build for the Tonkor because it's awesome. Now, some key components of how to mess with this weapon. I mean, sure, I'm pretty sure these suggestions are going to be kind of, you know, the dummy list of like, hey dummy, don't do this. Tonkor, obviously it's an explosive weapon. It will kill you if you get into the explosion, so thus run away and fire, or retreat and fire type of mechanic is probably the best way to run this weapon if you're just running and gunning. And as you can see here, you know, I'm just showing off the tricks of the trade, especially when you have a bunch of infested fighting you, and yeah, you can't exactly, it's not exactly a good idea to have a, well, I mean, I kind of was being stupid right there, but hey, you know, it's alright, stupid is, stupid does. In any case, yeah, that's a highly suggestion of that sort of caliber, yes, is run away and shoot them. And yeah, that's one of the good tips I can definitely give you across the board. Another one is kind of well, this is a wonderful camping weapon, by the way. If you take friends and you just throw down a volt shield or something that can block a lot of damage, and then you bring a Banshee, or you bring any sort of thing that augments the Tonkor to get more damage out of it, or if you just bring it anyways without any sort of augmenting his warframe, this weapon does so well. As you can see with Banshee, it's going to be amazing because of the sonars and because of the fact that the actual weapon deals a lot of points on the enemy. Now to get to the last bonus tip for the day for the Tonkor is the Tonkor has a really unique mechanic because it fires up in an arc. That's how you have to fire the weapon. Thus, actually gives you a huge advantage of hitting headshots a lot easier than most other explosive weapons. If you taken for instance the Angstrom weapon, the Prisma Angstrom weapon, a lot of bullets that you fire the explosive weapons, they fire straight towards the enemy and deal an explosive in front of them. Instead, this one fires over open arc, and you can actually hit headshots. Thus, probably a good idea would be to like target VIP enemies and hit them on the head. Do a little, have a little fun. You do some arc shots. This is definitely a new mechanic with this Tonkor. The Tonkor has a very unique way of killing enemies, and but that's the way you have to do it in order to be more effective with the Tonkor. Anyhow, this is Sunrend, and this is the Tonkor, my type of tips and tricks and everything, and how much I love this weapon. I hope you do too, when you find out and go practice out with yourself. And we'll talk to you on a later date, Tenno. Have a wonderful, wonderful time.